One Piece 994. Today we have a brand new chapter of One Piece 944, chapter titled also known as Yamato. Now, this chapter begins with probably the final cover page for the page story, where he finally sails off into the sunset chased by the Marines, and hopefully this is the last of it and we can get to brand new cover pages from the next chapter. But I've had enough of Bitch. I mean, I love me some Bitch, but we've been stuck with Bitch for a long time and it's time to move on. That's it. The chapter starts right where we left off, and Kaido has just sliced off Okiku's hand, and he's doing damage to his own people as well. You can see a lot of his own subordinates lying down, and Inuarashi not looking too good, Sicily not doing too good, and Inuarashi orders them to get away from the place. And Kinemon uses his fire techniques to probably sterilize the wound and heal Okiku. I mean, not exactly heal, but he actually does block the wound from getting septic, or he stops the bleeding. So Okiku gets back up, which is really nice, the will of the samurai, and Kaido respects that. He says that this is what he loves about the samurai. Roger loved the samurai, Whitebeard loves the samurai. It's because of their unwavering resolve. And Kiku gets back up, and she uses the sword. She uses the sword. This is so weird because I'm pretty sure in the last chapter Okiku's sword was cut, but she does have a sword again, which could be that she has two swords. She does have a sheath on her waist, so maybe she has a second sword. Who knows? Either way, she's back to fighting form and she's just fine, which I love because I love some Okiku. And Kaido has done with the dragon form, which is good because his dragon form has been pretty useless so far. It's only been giving him a lot of trouble. He's just been too big, and all of these small guys have been able to land hits on him, which is not a good thing. So finally Kaido comes back to his human form, and we get a really good glimpse of what Kaido is, like why he's trying to suicide. Last week I did speculate that Kaido, maybe he's trying to suicide because he was ashamed of how he won against Oden, because that was the flashback that we saw last chapter. But there's more to it. Kaido wants a grand funeral. Kaido wants a grand, like, heroic death. He wants a big legendary death like Whitebeard, like Roger. So he's trying to die, but at the same time he wants to have a perfect death because he believes that that's how a human life is, like a man's life is perfect. They only attain perfection when they die properly. So that's a really weird statement, but at the same time it's something that is that how a samurai works. Like, samurai believe that death completes them. It's the way they die. That's the warrior's code. So that's pretty impressive to see Kaido go about that. But Kinemon slaps him back. Like, Kinemon says, don't flatter yourself, Kaido. Being killed by you wouldn't bring us any honor. So Kinemon talking to a Yonko again continues to completely impress me because, I mean, we've never seen people talk up to a Yonko like this, and Kinemon has been blabbering, opening his mouth. So I hope Kinemon survives because Kinemon's got to meet up with Okiku, and there are a lot of death flags for the samurai. Hopefully Kinemon and Okiku will survive. Now we move on to the next section of the chapter, which is Luffy, Jinbei, and Sanji running towards the roof. They're trying to get to the roof, and there are a lot of these fodder headliners who come get in their way, basically. And it's a funny moment because the fodder scream about Luffy and Jinbei, but they don't talk about Sanji. Once again, Sanji, last chapter he took a bit of an L because Luffy didn't have confidence in him. Again, this chapter, even the fodder don't seem to recognize Sanji at all, which it was funny to see him get angry about it. Why didn't you mention Black Leg? It was really nice to see the interactions there. Jinbei finally matching up to the monster trio. That was very nice. And we see some of the two new, or fodder. Basically they are fodder. Who cares about these new guys? They get taken out basically in the very next panel. And what's his name, Hamlet and Fortrix. Once again, goes to show the Beast Pirates, the Smile users are just freaks. Like, seriously, the body of a giraffe with the head is his the guy is the head, and the other one is even more pathetic. I mean, he's basically a chicken's butt. He's basically a chicken's ass, and he talks about how the strong are silent in action. These guys are freak shows. This is basically a clown, a nightmare crew. Like this, these are things that come in people's nightmare. So Kaido's crew continues to be more and more creepy, and of course Sanji and Jinbei just beat the crap out of them and then move on. So that was a really nice moment. Now we move on to the main part of the thing, which I was interested in. We get back to the battle floor, the live floor, and Queen continues blabbing on and on about it, and the ice onis are spreading. Now here we see, last week I did feel like both the samurai and the beast pirates were getting infected, but I didn't have a proper panel to make up my mind. But this chapter we can clearly see that the beast pirates are also getting affected by the ice onis, which means that Queen knew this. Queen does not care about his subordinates. The beast pirates do not care about their subordinates. For the first thing, they force their subordinates to eat the smile fruits. They know the drawback of the smile fruits, and they still forced their subordinates to take the risk and become pleasurers. The beast pirates are completely messed up. I know a lot of people think that the Big Mom pirates are a little bit messed up. Big Mom herself is messed up, but the beast pirates are on totally another level. The Kaido and his people do not care about the subordinates. Right now they're messing around with, they're turning these guys into ice oni, and Queen himself laughs that the ice oni will die within 1 hour. So basically they're going into a rampage and they'll die within 1 hour. And we can see that one of the Yakuza bosses, what's his name, Umasa, I believe. Umasa is also affected, and he's planning to kill himself before he does damage. And Hyogoro assures him that we'll find a cure, or if it gets worse, that he'll kill him himself. So there is some progression there, and we can see that Omasa is the only one of the important guys who's actually gotten infected. So Chopper or someone is going to have to find a cure for him, which we find out just a little bit later in the chapter. Queen has the cure. Chopper is in no position to make a cure at the moment, so he says that clearly. He's in the middle of a war, so he doesn't have time to make a cure. But Queen has the cure, and which is only one. Again, Queen continues to be completely messed up. I mean, at that time, when Queen got thrashed by Big Mom, I really felt bad for him. But seeing what he's now, he's a completely twisted person. The Beast Pirates are completely messed up. He throws the only cure that he has to Apu. Apu is his subordinate, and he makes Apu into a pawn basically. And he tells Apu that if he loses the vial, he'll be killed. So he makes a really weird, torturous game of tag using his own subordinates. He's playing with people's lives, and again, I can't stress this enough. The Beast Pirates are completely messed up. They don't care about anyone else. They don't care about each other. It's a really weird situation right now. And Apu, this is one of the most interesting parts for me, because Apu is being like a sheep in black. I mean, how do you say it? Apu has been like a really weird person from the supernova, because we know in the end of the day the supernova want to replace the old generation. They want to take over. They want their own era in the new world. But Apu has been shown to be completely loyal to Kaido, and I personally was always wondering what is going to take him off. When is he going to betray Kaido? Because all the supernova at some point are going to betray the Yonko. That was my thing. That's how I was thinking. But Apu continuously was going for Kaido. He betrayed Kid and Law for Kaido. Again, even in the war, he's on the side of Kaido. So I'm thinking that this could be a trigger. This is going to teach him a lesson, because Queen is playing with his life. Queen is making him into a pawn, into a joke. This is going to set him off, and this is going to make him turn against the Beast Pirates. So I mean, we could hope. I really do want Apu to turn on the Beast Pirates and all the supernova to fight against Kaido. So this could be really interesting. Now we move on to the final part of the story, which is the best part for me, because Yamato. I love Yamato, and I want Yamato to be a crew member at some point. Well, Yamato is facing the armored corpse of Sasaki. Now Yamato reveals that he wants to save Shinobu, Shinobu, again, respect. She's bleeding from all over the place, and I have to give respect to her. I love Shinobu right now. I didn't like her at first, but I really love Shinobu right now. She has been doing in work. And Yamato reveals that she was present 20 years ago during the execution. And you can see her wearing the mask. And Yamato does reveal that she respects Shinobu, which I really love. And the really weird thing is that Yamato gets blasted on the face. Like she's completely probably by cannons or something like that. And Sasaki was not supposed to hurt Yamato. Sasaki is supposed to retrieve Yamato. Did he change his mind? Is he trying to betray? What is going on there? We don't know. But nonetheless, Yamato was attacked, and Yamato once again reveals that he was there at that time when Momo was threatened by Kaido, and he couldn't save Momo. But right now, he's resolved to save Momo even at the cost of his life. So, and Yamato uses a really interesting technique. He just swings his club and he basically takes out one of Sasaki's men. So, once again, power scaling, just give it a rest. Power scaling in One Piece is really not gonna work. Like, how the hell did Yamato do that? Could it be advanced armament haki or some other technique? We don't know. We cannot power scale her. She is Kaido's daughter, so you can expect her to be strong. But again, how do you power scale something like that? We cannot power scale her. I do know that she's strong and she's going probably to fight Sasaki. Now here's another thing though. Does Yamato have a devil fruit? Now, considering that she's a beast pirate and she's one of Kaido's underlings right now, I would say she has a strong chance of having a really good devil fruit. She is a Zoan probably, because even though the Straw Hats don't have too many devil fruits, there's only one Zoan in the Straw Hat group, which is Chopper. So it'd be nice to have another Zoan devil fruit in the crew if Yamato does join. So I'm hoping that Yamato does have one. But at the same time, it's possible that she doesn't have a devil fruit at all. Because thinking back to Punk Hazard, Caesar Clown had the devil fruit, the dragon devil fruit, and it was kept special. So the one that Momo ate was probably reserved for Yamato. So yeah, Momo just accidentally ended up eating it. So it's possible that Kaido commissioned Caesar Clown to make a devil fruit that was based off of him, his dragon. So he gave his own DNA, his own blood or whatever, and he wanted to give Yamato the same devil fruit. So it's possible that that was going on, or if something else is going on, that remains to be seen. So anyway, the chapter ends off with Yamato declaring that he's ready to die for Momo, which is very impressive. And at the same time, I have to admit that this makes me so comfortable, because for a long time I always felt like Yamato could be a double agent like Pudding. I trusted Pudding at the first. Of course, I was hesitant in the middle because she seemed too good. This kind of feels the same way, because Yamato is a suddenly new character from the enemy's crew, and she's now suddenly willing to help Luffy. So I was always hesitant about trusting Yamato 100%, because I do feel like he's the ace of the crew. Like Kaido has all of his crew based on the cards. So there's King, Queen, Jack, the numbers. The only one missing is an ace. And ace is ace is something that is a secret hand. Ace in a hole, that's what it means. Like, it's something that is secretive, it's a secret weapon. So Kaido's secret weapon could be Yamato. But at the same time, Yamato is ready to die for Momo. So it could be that she is rebelling, she is the secret weapon, but she's rebelling, or maybe she's still acting and she's going to betray the Straw Hats at the most crucial moment. We don't know. But right now I'm feeling more comfortable with Yamato. I'm feeling more confident that she is going to be an ally. So I love where the story is ending, and of course there's a break next week, so we won't be seeing next week. We'll try to make a theory video or something next week, and I'm looking forward to chapter 995. Most likely we will be getting to chapter 1000 by the end of the year, which is what Oda is hoping for, and I really want to get there too. Overall, I would say this chapter is a 4.3. Yeah, it's a really good chapter, but at the same time, progression wise, I don't think there's been that much progression. 4.5 is the maximum you can give it. That's mostly because of what Kaido said about his dream to die honorably. We get to see more of Kaido. We get to see more of Jinbei joining the crew properly and his interactions. We get to see about the Beast Pirate crew, how they actually operate. They're pretty nasty people. They don't care about each other. We see their crew dynamics. Apu being treated like trash, and Queen's personality. We see more of that. So I can't wait to see him get pummeled. There's a chance that Apu is going to betray, who's going to turn on the Beast Pirates because of what he's made to do. So there's that, and then finally Yamato. Yamato's topic is the icing on the cake, and I loved it. So this chapter is a solid chapter, and I love chapters like this, which is more story oriented than fights. So I'm gonna give this chapter a 4.3 out of 5. I'll see you guys in the next video. If you have any questions, if you have any comments, please comment below. Like, subscribe, and all that jazz. I'll see you guys next time. Thank you for watching. Bye.